Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Wagner's rebellion ended, or so it seems. Anyway, there's no fighting, and it seems like an agreement was reached between the parties. Like always, in a scuffle, in an argument, you want to hear both sides of the story, not the guys around the whole story, the experts, analysts, and politicians telling you what happened and what's next. In this case, we have an article that has Prigozhin, features Prigozhin. Prigozhin came out on Telegram and he posted in, I think, 11-minute speech giving his reasons and what's next for Wagner Group. So let's go with this Business Insider and find out what Prigozhin says. But from the very beginning, you can find out that Prigozhin did not do anything towards Putin, the Russian people, or wanted to overthrow any government. He was just angry with Gerasimov and Shoigu, who, according to him, bombed his employees, his troops. Therefore, he retaliated and said that he would just go over there and, raise awareness or something like this. So let's look into this. This article comes from a Business Insider. Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin breaks his silence, expresses regret for destroying Russian military aircraft. So we have this article from the Telegraph, and it says that Wagner shot down 7 Russian aircraft and killed 13 airmen during coup attempt. Well, he said it was not a coup attempt. It was just a, raising awareness and trying to pay back, what's his name, Shoigu and Gerasimov. Wagner mercenary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin posted an 11-minute audio message on Telegram Monday. In the message, the Wagner boss expresses regret for shooting down Russian military aircraft. Prigozhin expressed no regret for his march, however, claiming the public demanded it. Yevgeny Prigozhin has spoken out for the first time since his Wagner group mutiny, it's not a mercenary group anymore, ended in a murky peace agreement, expressing regret for having shot down Russian military aircraft, but claiming he was given no choice. So let's go here and see the audio. We're not going to hear the audio. We're just going to discuss what Business Insider let us discuss about Prigozhin. Prigozhin acknowledged the intervention of the Belarusian leader, Alexander Lukashenko, who he said, and I'm quoting, extended his hand and offered to find a way for Wagner to continue operating in a legitimate jurisdiction. He did not confirm that he has agreed to exile in Belarus as claimed by Russian officials, nor offer any indication of his current whereabouts. He also did not apologize for his mutiny, saying only that he was sorry he was forced by circumstances to engage in an armed rebellion. And I'm quoting Prigozhin. We regret that we had to hit air assets, but those assets were dropping bombs and launching missile strikes, end quote. That's what it is. And he said that, and in a dig at his enemies in the military establishment, he argued that if Russia's armed forces had been able to advance in Ukraine as rapidly as Wagner's had in Russia itself, seizing the city of Rostov-on-Don, home to a military command center and more than 1 million people, and making it within striking distance of the capital, then, and I'm quoting, perhaps the special operation would have lasted a day. So here's a problem with these guys right here. According to the warlord, whose forces have served as shock troops in Ukraine and deployed across Africa, he launched his, and I'm quoting, March for Justice to preserve his private military company in the face of an effort to absorb its fighters by the Russian Ministry of Defense, which had announced an effective takeover of such mercenary forces on July 1st. He also wanted accountability for Russia's military leadership, namely Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and Chief of the General Staff Valery Gerasimov. So this is his problem. These guys here. Now I don't know if Putin is really unaware of this, what these guys are doing. And I'm quoting: "The purpose of the campaign, the purpose of the campaign was not to allow the destruction of the Wagner PMC," and I'm quoting, "and to bring to justice those individuals who thought their unprofessional actions made a huge number of mistakes," end quote. Prigozhin said, insisting that the public demanded it. So this is what he says according to these guys. And in the process, they destroyed the 7 Russian aircraft. Now, remember when, maybe you don't remember, but I made a video about this. I think the first video I made on this rebellion, and I mentioned a samurai, his daimyo, and his warlord. And if you remember, if you watch that video, I talked about the seppuku or the harakiri of the samurai to show, so sacrificing himself for the benefit of the warlord, just to show him the right way or something, I explained that in detail in the other video. So here, whatever insider gives us, he didn't apologize. He apologizes for he was forced to do this. He doesn't tell us what happens next. I have other articles ready to provide you an insight on the possible movement or the next step Wagner Group takes, which is going to probably relocate to Belarus, and I'm 100% certain they are going to be functioning, especially in Africa, but I don't know if Prigozhin will be still in charge. Probably it's going to be for a while until they find a replacement, and after that probably Prigozhin will be put to rest, but they want to make sure that he has no authority over his company anymore. I'm just guessing. Or maybe they will just move the whole company to Belarus and say, well, this is not a Russian company, therefore it's not going to fall under the requirements of the mercenary groups that have to register with the Russian military. Therefore, being a Belarusian mercenary group or private military company, he has a little pass for that. That could be another one, avoiding the legal implications. So it doesn't seem that he's challenging the authority of the Russian military. But on the other hand, I am almost certain that Putin will not forget and forgive Prigozhin for this. The other two, Shoigu and Gerasimov, I think they want to take care of him, like kill him. That's my assessment. We'll see if someone will allow them or not, and someone probably could be only Putin. He's probably going to move somewhere else. I'm talking about Prigozhin, which is Belarus. They build a camp over there. I saw some little maps saying that the Wagnerites will be about 100 kilometers or not even, I can't remember how many, of Kiev, north of Kiev. That's supposedly where they're going to build this camp. We'll see. I mean, if indeed the Russian military attacked and bombarded Wagner position, then these guys obviously defended themselves, and probably they reached a limit. I don't know. It's a lot of details that are missing in all this. At least they stopped the Western guys. I don't want to call them hyenas. Were all drooling about or over this. It stopped, and now they're just dry mouth, it seems like, because nothing happened. Those guys paid back, destroyed those airplanes, killed people, and it could have been much, much worse. And out of this, I think the Russian military could have destroyed these guys. Prigozhin makes a good point that, well, we could have done this. Yes, you did it to how should I put it, to a city that was not defended from the Ukrainians. I don't think that whatever that on Don was, what's the name of the town, was not defended. Yeah, you took over, but what kind of garrison they had over there? Rostov, I think it was, Rostov-on-Don. Anyway, I don't know, you have like a detachment in Cleveland, Ohio, and the war is in Seattle, Washington, and you take over Cleveland, Ohio, and you use that as, hey, see, we took over Cleveland, Ohio, so that means those guys who fight over there in western coast, they could have just, destroy you here, you have a bad defense. Well, you're not really on the contact line, as far as I know. Rostov-on-Don is not on the contact line, so what the hell are you talking about? Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. At least he came and he said his part. I think his fate is sealed, just so you know, sooner or later. By the Russians. These guys from the West all of a sudden seem to cheer for him or something. Root for him. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.